Hello, welcome to the Gopala Astrology channel. Today I'm going to talk about the 12 zodiac signs and also their relationship to the human body. It's going to be a very interesting topic, which is very scientific, and every common man can understand the importance of astrology. So, we are discussing about this subject, which is quite old, perhaps it's more than 10,000 years old subject. All right. So, our sages used to observe the night sky. Every single night they see that the stars appear to form a particular pattern. We used to observe that the patterns are always very repeatable, and at every 30 degrees of the zone, the pattern would differ from each other and it used to be unique. So they started labeling these group of stars. The first group of stars was called Aries, the second one Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and so on. In Sanskrit, it is known as Mesha, Vrishabha, Mithuna, Kataka, uh, Simha, and etc. up to Pisces. Pisces is known as Mithuna Rashi. So these are the conventions and the labelings given by our rishis. And this is nothing but the 12 zodiac sign that we have been observing now. Okay. So literally, you can see that our Mother Earth is right here in the center, and all the 12 zodiac signs are forming a kind of a belt around Earth. Means this is a zodiacal belt, and it was labeled as Bachakra. Bachakra means it's a belt surrounding the planet Earth. So it has a very good and interesting viewpoint here. Please note that the rishis were very much aware that the sun was in the center, and then the Earth and Moon system is going around this system. But for convenience purposes, they centered Earth as the center. It's known as a geocentric system. All right. So whatever objects that are going around the Earth is known as graha. Graha is something which moves around the Earth, right? So they identified 9 grahas, navagrahas, and then they labeled them. All right. So something like this. This is a very conventional explanation for the planets that are around the solar system. When you think of a heliocentric system, that means Sun is in the center and navagrahas are going around. All right, but in actual sense, this also is a unrealistic model. The real model is very different. The sun itself is going at a very high speed around the Milky Way galaxy. The black hole is in the center and it is covering the black hole in a very high speed, and it is dragging all the planets together. It is something like this. The realistic model of solar system is something like this. Anyway, for our astrological purposes, we don't have to worry too much about it. All that we need to do is Earth in the center, and then look around the Bachakra or the zodiacal belt, and understand that there are 12 divisions. That means 12 times uh, uh, 12 times 30 degrees is equal to 360-degree belt. All right. So now I'll give an example of Gemini. All right, Gemini is a group of stars, which is something like this. When you connect all these dots, you will find that it forms a twin. It's like two twins who are standing together. All right. So in the sense, when you look up at the night sky and start connecting dots, it will definitely form an object. All right. So likewise, many other zodiacal signs are developed. All right. So when there is a saying that "Yatha pinde tatha brahmande," that means so as the atom is the universe. In the same way, I would like to say that yatha bachakre tatha pushaha. That means so as the zodiacal belt is the human being. So, how do we explain this? This simple diagram is very scientific, and it makes a lot of sense for a common man to understand these 12 zodiac signs. Okay, to make it very simple, the head region, head face, and until the nose region is known as Mesha Rashi or the Aries. All right, the whole of the throat region is including the jaws and ear, mouth, and thyroid gland. This area represents the Taurus. And the two shoulders, the arms, is nothing but the twin sign of Gemini. The whole of this thoracic cavity is actually the Karkataka Rashi or the Cancer. It houses the lungs and the heart. Okay, the upper abdomen is the Leo. Okay, and then followed by the center part of the abdomen is the Virgo, and then the kidneys represents the Libra. Okay, the actual sexual organ is the Scorpio. The whole of the thigh region represents Sagittarius. Then the kneecap represents the Capricorn or Makara Rashi. All right, and then zodiacal sign of Aquarius can be seen in the legs. And then finally, the Pisces. Pisces is the last part of the zodiac sign, the Meena Rashi. And this is also called as Moksha Karaka sign and is the 12th zodiacal sign. So right from head to toe, you can see all the distribution of 12 zodiacal signs. This is exactly what we need to understand when we want to learn about astrology in a very, very simplistic way. Okay, so it's just the combination of these 12 zodiacal signs and inclusion of the grahas inside this that plays the vital role. That means the combination of 9 planets in 12 zodiac signs gives a lot of information about the characteristic of an individual. All right, so the same thing what is shown in this particular diagram can be seen here, right from Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc. up to Pisces. So these 12 zodiacal signs, we write it in the form of a box in the South Indian chart, whereas in the North Indian chart they write it a little bit differently, but it's still the same. And we can also represent each of these zodiacal signs by a particular symbol. Aries is represented by a symbol like this, Taurus like this, and so on and so forth. So it is for convenience purpose we can identify it in this form, or we can simplistically write it as this. All right. So we can even classify the zodiacal signs into the following categories. The Panchamahabhuta can be seen in this. Fiery signs are those Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, the Earth or the Bhumi Karaka signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Then comes the watery signs, the Cancer, the Karkataka Rashi, the Scorpio, the Chika Rashi, and then Pisces or the Meena Rashi. So finally, the Aries signs are the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So we can always see the Panchamahabhutas. Actually, the Akasha Tattva space is left out here, but the remaining all 4 symbols of Panchamahabhuta are being represented already in the zodiacal signs. Based on these characteristics, different people are born with different type of traits. The fiery zones, that means the people who are born in the fiery elements, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, they will be very strong in their emotions. They are highly enthusiastic, they are passionate, they are very temperamental, and they are goal getters. They are very interested in achieving their goals. And then the watery symbol people who are born with this zodiacal signs, they will be very refreshing, very charming, and very mysterious also, and quite sensitive and emotional kind of personalities are born with the watery signs. Then the earthy signs are very practical kind of people. The Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. That is the Vrishabha, Kanya, and Makara Rashi. They are highly dependable people because they talk on the ground. They are very grounded, and they are very data-driven people. They go by the data, and then they analyze the data very seriously, and that's why they are very reliable type of people. And of course, they are very materialistic and loyal. And in one word, we can say that the practical people are all born under earth signs. And the last category is the Aries signs. This is the mixed category of fire and earth. So Aries signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, Kumbha, Mithuna, and Tuला Rasi. Right? So they are quite powerful. They will be very creative in nature. Fun-loving people. They always love fun, and they have a lot of creative ideas, and they are quite adventurous and exciting category of people. All right. So in the coming videos, definitely I will be covering more and more topics about the combination of planets with these zodiacal signs and their interactions. So step by step, let's learn astrology. And this is the channel that focuses more on common man's way of understanding astrology. And my mission is to put this astrology even into academics, so that every young student in their primary school, they can learn. We have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please type it on the comment section. Whenever I have time, I will come back.